Hi guys, welcome back for another movie recap. Today, I'm going to give you an overview of the 2019 Canadian science fiction action film called Code 8. The plot revolves around a man with superpowers who joins up with a gang of thieves to raise funds for his sick mother. Warning: there will be spoilers ahead, so please proceed with caution. In the early 20th century, the public becomes aware of individuals who possess superhuman powers, known as powers, which leads to the government establishing legislation that requires all powers to register their talents. They swiftly rise to prominence as an important component of the economy, particularly in the development of Lincoln City as the city of tomorrow. As the Second Industrial Revolution gets underway, the powers find themselves being sidelined in the face of increased mechanization, resulting in significant prejudice as they are viewed as second-class citizens in society. By the 1990s, a criminal organization known as the Trust had flooded the streets with an addictive substance called psych, which was produced from the spinal fluid of powers who were desperate or being trafficked. The use of advanced drones, known as guardians, and facial recognition software by police departments to combat power-related crime is being explored, as is the implementation of a city-wide powers ban. When Connor Reed, a 26-year-old Class 5 electrokinetic, is not working, he takes care of his mother Mary, a cryokinetic, who is suffering from brain cancer, which causes her talents to occasionally act unpredictably. Since they are powers, it has become increasingly difficult to provide her with the medical treatment that she needs. To make ends meet, Connor works as an unregistered day laborer among a large number of other powers, using his skills to install electrical cabling without the use of protective gear. A pyrokinetic is killed when he attempts to evade arrest while working on a construction site. The police arrive and order the workers to disperse while on the job. In another area of the city, detectives Park and Davis undertake a drug raid on an apartment complex controlled by criminal lord Marcus Sutcliffe, who also happens to be the local agent of the Trust and a reader, also known as a telepath. With the seizure of nearly $1 million in merchandise, Sutcliffe finds himself in dispute with Wesley Cumbo, his superior at the Trust, who demands that they receive their promised cut within a week. Reed is solicited for a task by Garrett, Sutcliffe's underling who also happens to be a telekinetic, and his team. Reed joins them in a chemical theft, against the warnings of a coworker, and manages to short out the electric fence in a spectacular display of power as a result of his participation. Reed is introduced to Sutcliffe and meets Nia, who is believed to be Sutcliffe's fictitious lover. On the following day, Park and Davis arrive at Sutcliffe's location and find him utilizing the chemicals that had been taken to cut his remaining merchandise, which indicates that Sutcliffe is in dire need of revenue. Reed is recruited by Garrett, who recognizes his latent talent and pledges to assist him in earning enough money to pay for his mother's medical treatment. He begins training Reed in the use of his talents and employs him as an enforcer in the psych trade after Reed's training is completed. Additionally, Reed becomes friends with the members of Garrett's crew, including Freddie, a brawn, with tremendous strength, who is mute, and Maddie, Garrett's lover and a pyrokinetic. Sutcliffe orders the group to rob a bank in order to pay back the Trust, but the bank's vault only has $50,000 in money. Copperhead, Cumbo's shapeshifter assassin, attempts to assassinate Sutcliffe for failing to pay his debt, but Sutcliffe's bodyguard Rhino, a brawn with bulletproof skin, defeats him and kills Copperhead. During the scuffle, Reed is injured and Nia confesses that she is a healer, and that she is only staying with Sutcliffe to lessen the effects of his psych addiction in order to pay off a debt. After Reed's mother discovers the sum of money he has amassed while working with the team, she confronts him. She has a seizure and Reed rushes her to the hospital, where the doctor informs him that they will need to operate shortly in order to remove her cancerous tumor. Reed is brought in for questioning by Park and Davis, who encourage him to collaborate by pointing out that they have already confiscated most of the psych on the street, so reducing Sutcliffe's hold on the situation. Davis recommends that they plant evidence in order to compel Reed into telling. However, Park is adamant that they release Reed owing to a lack of evidence on his part. Once Reed has been released, he returns to Garrett and suggests that they raid the upcoming Psych Run, a monthly delivery of seized product for destruction that will be valued around $10 million. The raid is approved. Garrett and Reed run the idea past Sutcliffe. Reed also requests that Nia heal his mother as payment for the job, and Garrett demands that he would become a partner in the psych trade upon successful completion of the job. On the day of the heist, the crew disables the truck while it is still within a no-fly zone, preventing it from being retaken by drones carrying Guardians and allowing them to escape. Reed manages to short out the truck's circuits, allowing them to successfully destroy the Guardians. Maddie hands the psych over to Rhino, but as soon as she does so, Sutcliffe's men execute the officers who were defending the truck and turn on the crew, killing Maddie and mortally wounding Freddy before Garrett and Reed are able to flee with their lives. Rhino departs with the drugs, but the drone pilot ignores the no-fly zone and drops additional Guardians into the area, killing the other members of Sutcliffe's team in the process. Reed and Garrett are driving away when Freddy passes away. Garrett and Reed are no longer friends when Reed informs him that Sutcliffe betrayed them in response to Garrett's demands. Davis and Park's captain is enraged that Reed was not apprehended prior to the heist, and insists that they bring in those who are involved. Park pays a visit to his daughter, a telekinetic, who is scared she may be taken away since she is having difficulty controlling her talents. Park and his daughter discuss their fears. Reed contacts Park and tips him off about Sutcliffe's hiding place. The hideout is raided by the police, while Reed and Garrett seek retribution at his escape route. Garrett takes the psych for himself after killing Rhino and Sutcliffe, and Reed is encouraged to force Nia to heal his mother as a result of his actions. Nia is very reluctant to help and pleads to be set free. She explains that her skills do not only allow her to heal others, but also require her to take the damage or disease upon herself, which means that she could die if she tries to heal his mother. Reed threatens Nia with a gun and forces her to go to the hospital, but after witnessing how painful the procedure is for her, he orders her to stop. Reed and his mother say their final goodbyes in tears before she passes away. Reed drives to the police station and hands over his truck to Nia, so that the two of them may get out of town. He resolves to turn himself in as a way of making up for his previous actions. Garrett transfers control of the psych to Cumbo, and assumes control of the drug trade for the trust in the city of Lincoln. Reed pays a sorrowful visit to his mother's grave before beginning his prison sentence, while Nia pays a tearful visit to her father in prison, whose debt she was repaying with Sutcliffe. Reed is sentenced to prison. Meanwhile, as a result of the theft, the powers ban is being considered, and Park unwillingly takes a medal for his role in the raid against Sutcliffe. If you like this movie, make sure to smash the like button. Want to see more great videos? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day ahead and I'll see you next time.